Who is Barack Obama? The media sold us a fairy tale. A humble kid from Hawaii, raised by loving grandparents, working his way up to the highest office in the land. But the truth? Very different. According to his own family, he was born in Kenya.
First 3 years ago, I visited Kenya as the first sitting American president to come from Kenya.
Also, according to his own family, he married a transgender spouse. But the deceptions go back much further. Obama was groomed from birth. A black child found in Africa, funded and fed into the CIA system, given the best schools, the best connections, the right handlers. His so-called grandparents? CIA assets. His backstory? An absent single mother, a father no one really knew, and a financial situation that doesn't add up for a second. In the late 60s and 70s, Hawaii was one of the most expensive places in America. Yet somehow, on his grandmother's secretary's salary, his family lived in a pricey high-rise and sent him to Punahou, one of the top private schools in the country. A school whose records were conveniently destroyed in a fire no one remembers. From there, Obama supposedly earns prestigious scholarships, despite being at best a mediocre student, and somehow travels the globe. Indonesia, Pakistan, India, Spain, France, the UK and Kenya. All with no job, no income, and wait for it, no tax filings on record for decades. Then Harvard Law, funded by a shady foreign benefactor. Except professors don't remember him, classmates don't remember him, and nobody can verify his time there, including his classmate, Wayne Allen Root.
I'm Barack Obama's college classmate, Columbia University, class of '83. We've both had interesting political careers since graduating Columbia. We stand as polar opposites on virtually every issue. My classmate Obama clearly learned well at Columbia, even though he was rarely, if ever, seen there by anyone, classmates or professors. I've already written about Obama, a.k.a. the ghost of Columbia. I believe he spent his 2 years after transferring into Columbia at our sister school in the old Soviet Union in Moscow studying communism. And he learned well, huh?
When Obama took office, his first move wasn't policy, it was sealing every record of his past, from school files to passport logs, locking it all beyond public reach. Obama's life story isn't just unlikely, it's manufactured. And the deeper you dig, the more it stinks.
In 2008, something unbelievable happened for us in the FBI. We were getting lots of rumors about this high-level asset that worked for several intelligence agencies at the same time. He worked for the Saudi intelligence service. He worked for the CIA, and he was being developed as a political asset in Chicago, Illinois. He was not even a United States citizen, but it was said that he was a student visa and that he was a national from another country. In 2008, everyone in the intelligence structure found out who he was. It was this individual, whose name I don't like to say, who became president in 2008 of the United States.
And I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
One of his code names was Renegade. His real name was Barry Sortoro, but he adopted a different name for his political career. When they ran him for president, the cabal, basically, this was the culmination of so many of their plans for so many years. His mission was to destroy the United States from within, one institution at a time. One of the things he did, of course, was he defunded our military. He brought down the resources that they got. But then he ordered our military in many, many instances and in various theaters to attack our allies and to defend and supply and help our enemies. That's exactly how he created ISIS. He would say publicly that the military were going to bomb our enemies, but then he would have the military actually bomb enemies of ISIS, our allies. He gave ISIS funding and equipment by basically ordering our military to take equipment into a certain theater and then abandon it. And the commanders would say, that's ridiculous. We'd just be handing that stuff over to ISIS. And the president's office would say, don't question orders, just follow your orders.
Don't question orders. That's been the Obama camp's unspoken rule for the police and the media for decades. But now, the tide is turning. Sources inside Washington's police force say that critics and insiders, from Andrew Breitbart to Obama's own personal chef, have been systematically silenced. And with the National Guard now calling the shots, some of these officers are seizing the moment to speak to anybody who will listen. There's just one catch. They have to stay in the shadows until the investigation officially opens. And that brings us to Breitbart, the man who saw through Obama long before the rest of America even knew to look. Cut down less than 24 hours before he was set to release what he called game-changing evidence on the president's past.
I'm not supposed to be saying any of this. Officially, I'm under orders not to speak to anyone. But I've been sitting on this for years, and it eats me every damn day. You want the truth? Here it is. The Breitbart hit wasn't some spontaneous thing. It was planned, signed off, and paid for right here in D.C. We knew it was in the works weeks before it happened. Intel came down the chain. Langley was running point. White House was in the loop. You think we warned LAPD? Not a chance. We were told to do nothing. Stand down. Don't even make the call. They used a CIA toy, heart attack gun. We've all seen the tech. Looks like a pen fires a microscopic dart coated with a frozen toxin. Dart melts, poison hits the bloodstream, triggers cardiac arrest that looks like a massive coronary. Autopsy shows nothing unless you know exactly where to look. And nobody in the coroner's office was going to be looking. On March 1st, 2012, Breitbart leaves the bar. He's about halfway home. Shears in position, crossing path, close range, pop. Just one little sting. He probably didn't even notice. 10 minutes later, he's on the ground, head flushed red like a pressure cooker. By the time the ambulance got there, it was already over. And the report? Neat and tidy. Natural causes. End of story. And the Breitbart wasn't the only name on the board. Tom Clancy was marked too. He and Breitbart had been swapping files, planning a blockbuster expose that would have torn this city in half. Clancy got his visit a year later. Different methods, same playbook. Both men wiped like they never existed. You want to know what was in those files? I can't give you everything, not yet. But I'll tell you this, what they had made Watergate look like a jaywalking ticket. We're talking classified black book programs, covert cash pipelines, off-the-books ops in Africa and the Middle East, names of sitting politicians taking payouts from foreign intel. And then there's the part no one wants to believe, the part that ties it all together, the real insurance policy. Let's just say it involved a certain Illinois senator, a fake passport, a trip in '81 that was never supposed to see daylight, and a network of pizza parties that were a hell of a lot more than the weird-sounding toppings. Breitbart was ready to drop it. Clancy was building the fictional version for mass consumption. And that's why they're both dead. The kind of truth they had doesn't get leaked. It gets buried 6 feet under.
Breitbart saw it first and paid the ultimate price for exposing the truth. Years later, the same secrets continue to be buried. Seth Rich, Pizzagate. But the fire he started is spreading. The elite can't stop it. Obama is up to his neck and justice is coming. The story Breitbart fought to tell is ours now. And there's no turning back. Here at The People's Voice, we're determined to continue exposing the crimes of the elites, but we need your help. Subscribe to the channel, spread this video far and wide on X, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our awesome community and support the channel. I hope to see you there.